They're helping to increase diversity in our local newsrooms. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Our topic today is the Detroit chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists. Here to discuss it with us is its president, Vickie Thomas, most widely probably recognized. Nobody's heard your voice yet, but as the familiar voice of WWJ News Radio. Thank you so much.
It is great to be here with you.
Thanks for joining us today and for taking on this position as president of the Detroit chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists. What exactly is the association all about? What's your mission and goal?
Well, we're part of a national organization, the National Association of Black Journalists, and as the local chapter, we deal with issues that are local. Sometimes they are national issues, and we've done advocacy on behalf of our members. We also do professional development. We have student members, and we certainly try to mentor them and get them on the right track. As you know, I mean, a lot of journalists have lost their jobs across the country, not just here in Detroit. And so we want to try to make sure our student members are on the right track and we can try to get them their foot in the door somewhere. And in that regard, we provide scholarships. We have 2 established scholarships. One is the Bill Black Scholarship. I established that scholarship back in the 90s when I was vice president of the chapter, and Bill Black was a mentor to me, even though we worked at competing stations. He was at WJR, and I'm, of course, at WWJ, and he was such a force in the business that, you know, when I had the opportunity to present to the chapter establishing a scholarship in his name, you know, I did that, and the board voted to you know, start the scholarship. So we just had our one student, Marquise Herring. He's a student at Wayne State University. He just completed an internship because it comes with an internship at either WJR or WWJ. He completed his internship at WWJ, and we awarded him his scholarship. Starting the scholarships,
certainly gathering the funding, the most challenging. Do you do fundraising as part of the organization? I know you have events, various conferences and networking events, fundraising as well?
Oh, definitely. Coming up later in the spring, we'll have our 2nd annual African Americana photo auction, and we use that as a fundraiser for our other scholarship, which is the Robert Magruder Scholarship. He died in 2002, I believe, and at that point he was worked his way up to executive editor, and he, at the time of his death, was one of the highest ranking executive editors in the country. So we named a scholarship after him. He worked for the Free Press.
What is the, just to back up a little bit, history of the organization, and how has it changed and perhaps morphed into what it is today?
Well, like any other organization, and I'm sure people who are with nonprofits can relate, we've had our ups and downs. The organization, the Detroit chapter, started in 1982 by Ben Johnson, who was a reporter at the Detroit Free Press, I believe, and then in 1992 is when I was really active. We hosted the national convention in Detroit, and at that time our guest speakers were Bill Clinton, candidate Bill Clinton at the time. Spike Lee was also one of the guests. It was a huge deal to have, you know, about 2,000 journalists from around the country in Detroit to showcase the city.
Very quickly, how important is it to have diversity in our newsrooms, whether it's television, newspaper, radio?
Well, you know what? When you are covering a community like Detroit with so many different ethnicities, it's important, I believe, that those ethnicities are reflected in the newsroom so that your coverage can be as complete as possible. I think anybody can make a case for diversity, and we certainly do.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information on today's topic, you can visit DetroitNABJ.org. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Vickie Thomas, the president of the Detroit chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists.